In a world where energy prices rise every month and electric cars still depend on constant recharging, a quiet revolution is taking place across America. It's not in billion-dollar labs or secret government programs. It's happening in small workshops, backyards, and garages. People, engineers, inventors, and regular car owners are proving that self-charging cars aren't science fiction anymore. These pioneers have modified their vehicles to generate and store their own power, creating real self-charging car conversions that are now driving across the USA. This isn't about futuristic dreams, it's about real machines on real roads. Across states like California, Texas, Florida, and Nevada, self-powered car conversions are breaking the rules of traditional energy. The concept is simple in theory but incredibly complex in execution. A vehicle that powers itself using a combination of regenerative systems, advanced alternators, solar panels, magnetic induction, and in some cases, experimental free energy devices. Some rely on hybrid systems that convert motion and air resistance back into usable power. Others have gone further, using rotating magnetic generators that create continuous energy flow. The result? Cars that can drive for hundreds, even thousands of miles, without ever plugging in or refueling. One of the most astonishing conversions comes from a small workshop in Arizona. A former aerospace engineer converted his Tesla Model S into a fully self-charging system using modified magnet-based alternators and high-capacity graphene batteries. He claims that once the car starts, the power loop sustains itself indefinitely, only losing minimal energy to heat. It's been running for over 8 months without touching a power outlet. While mainstream engineers remain skeptical, his on-road testing and live demonstrations have caught massive attention online. In Colorado, another enthusiast took a completely different approach. He converted an old Toyota Prius into a perpetual hybrid using a kinetic energy capture system built into the wheels and suspension. Every rotation and vibration of the car feeds power back into the system, charging ultracapacitors that release energy when needed. This smart feedback design ensures that the vehicle recharges itself during every movement. The driver claims it's been running for a year with zero refueling, using only sunlight and motion. Meanwhile, in California, a group of EV hobbyists built what they call Project Alios, a solar-electric hybrid van equipped with flexible solar panels across the roof and sides, regenerative braking, and a micro-wind turbine that deploys when parked. This van can generate enough electricity daily to cover nearly 60 miles, entirely off-grid. When combined with its motion-based recovery systems, the van theoretically never runs out of energy during normal commuting conditions. It's a glimpse of the future, where vehicles could generate more power than they consume. Further east, in Florida, an inventor has created what might be one of the most efficient self-charging conversions ever made. A Ford Fusion equipped with dual alternators, motion-assisted dynamos, and a compact pulse motor that keeps energy circulating even at rest. Using advanced control software, the car balances power input and output, maintaining a constant charge. It's not just efficient, it's revolutionary. Every time it drives, it charges itself faster than it depletes. Videos of the car's performance have gone viral in the energy innovation community. And then, there's the Midwest, where a mechanic from Ohio modified a Chevrolet Bolt to operate using magneto-hydrodynamic generators, essentially converting airflow into power while the car moves. He combined this with an upgraded inverter system that maintains continuous energy flow to the battery pack. The result? A self-regenerating cycle that extends range indefinitely under certain conditions. The car has reportedly covered over 40,000 miles since its conversion, without external charging. In Nevada, a startup is experimenting with an entirely new principle, using piezoelectric materials embedded in the chassis and tires. These materials generate electricity from pressure and vibration as the car moves, storing it in solid-state batteries. Their prototype SUV has already demonstrated up to 85% energy recovery, making it nearly self-sufficient. If scaled, this technology could transform how vehicles harvest and reuse the energy they create every second. Not all of these projects are backed by large budgets or scientific grants. Some are the result of sheer determination and creativity. In Texas, a retired electrical engineer transformed his old Ford F-150 into a self-powered truck using a combination of wind turbines hidden in the grille and a low-friction generator attached to the drivetrain. It continuously produces current as the truck moves, keeping the battery topped off. Despite criticism from skeptics, the truck has been on the road for 2 years with minimal maintenance and zero fuel costs. In Oregon, a software developer with a passion for sustainability took things to another level. He used artificial intelligence to manage power distribution in his converted Nissan Leaf, integrating solar and kinetic recovery systems. The AI continuously learns driving habits, terrain, and weather patterns to maximize energy production. On cloudy days, the car shifts reliance toward motion-based recovery. On sunny days, it prioritizes solar. The system has proven so effective that the car now generates 20% more energy per week than it consumes. Then there's the most mysterious of all conversions, one that reportedly exists in a hidden lab in New Mexico. A group of independent inventors, working quietly outside mainstream channels, have allegedly developed a closed-loop self-charging car powered by electromagnetic resonance fields. Their prototype, a heavily modified electric sedan, can run continuously without any visible source of fuel or charge. The energy system allegedly taps into ambient electromagnetic waves, amplifying and storing them. Whether this is true or exaggerated, it has sparked intense debate across online forums and alternative energy communities. Across all these stories, one thing is becoming clear: self-charging vehicles are not just an idea anymore, they're an emerging reality. America has always been the land of innovation, where dreamers and builders take what's impossible and make it work. From the Wright brothers to Elon Musk, the story of progress has always started in small workshops with big ideas. And now, self-powered cars might be the next leap forward. The impact of these conversions goes beyond convenience. Imagine a world where vehicles never need to refuel, where long trips require no stops, and where clean energy flows infinitely. The environmental benefits would be enormous: zero emissions, zero waste, and full independence from fossil fuels. Energy grids could finally breathe easier, and global transportation could become fully sustainable. Even electric charging infrastructure might become obsolete, replaced by vehicles that maintain themselves through smart energy recycling. Of course, there are still challenges. Critics argue that perpetual motion is scientifically impossible under classical physics, and that most self-charging claims ignore energy losses through heat, friction, and resistance. But what's happening now isn't about defying physics, it's about redefining efficiency. By capturing and reusing every bit of wasted energy, motion, vibration, airflow, light, and heat, these inventors are showing that a near self-sustaining system is achievable. The line between impossible and possible is getting thinner every day. Government agencies and universities are beginning to take notice. Reports from several research groups suggest that advanced materials like graphene, piezoelectric ceramics, and magnetic resonance circuits could soon make energy recycling vehicles commercially viable. Even major automakers are quietly exploring similar technologies, although they remain cautious about public announcements. It's only a matter of time before what's happening in home garages becomes an industry standard. As this movement grows, one question emerges: what happens when cars no longer depend on oil or electricity from the grid? The global energy landscape could change overnight. Self-powered vehicles would eliminate the need for charging stations, drastically reduce energy demand, and challenge the dominance of major energy corporations. Countries that rely on oil exports could see massive economic shifts. At the same time, individuals would gain complete freedom, energy independence, mobility without cost, and a cleaner planet. Across the United States, the quiet hum of innovation grows louder every day. From solar-powered campers to magnetic drive sedans, these self-charging conversions represent the dawn of a new automotive age. Each experiment, each invention, and each mile driven brings humanity closer to a future where vehicles sustain themselves effortlessly. The dream of endless energy is no longer locked inside theories, it's rolling across highways, hidden in plain sight. Every day, new innovators join this movement, refining designs and pushing the boundaries of what energy independence really means. Online forums have become meeting grounds for experimenters, where blueprints, test data, and new discoveries are exchanged freely. Small communities are forming around the idea of building self-sustaining vehicles, where energy is not something you buy, but something you create. It's a revolution that's not just technical, but philosophical. It changes how we think about motion, energy, and freedom. One group in Utah is developing a modular kit that can turn nearly any electric or hybrid car into a self-charging vehicle. Their system uses a combination of compact magnetic rotors, energy harvesting from suspension movement, and high-efficiency solid-state batteries. The goal is not to sell cars, but to give people tools to modify their existing ones. They believe the next stage of clean transportation won't come from billion-dollar companies. It'll come from garage innovators who understand the power of open-source collaboration. Meanwhile, in Michigan, a team of automotive engineers is experimenting with next-generation thermoelectric systems that capture and convert waste heat from electric motors and inverters into additional energy. Their prototype compact SUV gains nearly 15% more range simply by recycling its own thermal losses. It's not a perpetual machine, but it's a massive leap in efficiency. Combined with regenerative braking and kinetic recovery, such vehicles are inching closer to becoming completely self-sufficient. In New York, an independent researcher has developed a fluid-based perpetual kinetic system using magnetic fields and hydraulic pressure. Installed in a small electric sedan, this setup constantly recharges internal batteries while the car is in motion. Early tests show the car maintaining its charge levels over long distances without any plug-ins. The inventor plans to release his data publicly to challenge automakers to think beyond profit margins and start focusing on innovation that benefits everyone. Even the aviation world is taking notice. Engineers are studying how these self-charging principles could apply to drones, electric aircraft, and even marine vessels. Imagine airplanes powered by onboard energy harvesting systems, never needing to refuel mid-air. Or boats that sail indefinitely using wave energy and onboard generation. The ripple effect of these ideas could reshape transportation on a global scale. But perhaps the most exciting part is the people driving this change. They're not corporate executives or industry elites, they're regular citizens who refuse to accept the limits of today's technology. A mechanic in Louisiana turned a simple alternator experiment into a running prototype that powers a compact car indefinitely. A college student in Oregon built a bicycle that powers itself through motion-based regeneration, inspiring a team to build a fully electric scooter using similar principles. Everywhere, innovation is happening quietly, far from the spotlight. And yet, as history has shown, every major revolution starts this way. When the first internal combustion engines appeared, they were mocked as impractical curiosities. When electric cars returned to the market, critics called them toys for the rich. And now, as self-charging conversions emerge, many still dismiss them as pseudoscience or fantasy. But progress doesn't wait for approval, it thrives in defiance. What's experimental today may be mainstream tomorrow. The big automakers are watching closely, even if they don't admit it publicly. Companies like Ford, Toyota, and Tesla have all filed patents that hint at similar self-charging concepts: dynamic energy recovery, in-motion solar charging, and electromagnetic induction systems. Though wrapped in secrecy, these developments signal a silent race to harness the same principles that garage inventors are proving every day. Because whoever masters self-sustaining motion first will redefine the automotive industry forever. Imagine a future where every car, bus, and truck can sustain its own energy indefinitely. Highways lined with vehicles that never need to stop for power. Delivery fleets operating 24/7 without charging downtime. Rural communities driving electric vehicles without ever installing a charger. Even developing nations could leapfrog traditional infrastructure, moving directly into an era of true energy independence. This vision is not a distant dream, it's the natural evolution of technology that's already in motion. And the technology isn't just clean, it's empowering. No more reliance on oil markets. No more worrying about the electric grid. No more dependency on unpredictable prices or supply chains. For the first time, energy could truly belong to the people. Every car would become its own power plant, its own ecosystem, generating what it needs as it moves. Humanity would finally achieve the kind of freedom that once seemed impossible. Still, the road ahead won't be easy. Powerful industries stand to lose billions if self-charging technology becomes mainstream. Fossil fuel companies, charging networks, And energy conglomerates have deep influence and won't let this transformation happen quietly. But just as history has shown with renewable energy and electric vehicles, innovation always finds a way to rise. You can't stop an idea whose time has come, and that time is now. More states are starting to show interest in experimental energy vehicles. Small pilot programs are being launched to test self-sustaining systems on public roads under controlled conditions. Universities are offering research grants for energy harvesting and advanced power management systems. The scientific community, once skeptical, is beginning to accept that while 100% perpetual motion might not exist in theory, near self-sustaining vehicles absolutely can exist in practice. And that's a game changer. It's only a matter of time before a major automaker takes the leap and unveils the world's first commercially available self-charging car. When that happens, everything will shift. The same way the smartphone changed communication and the internet changed society, self-charging vehicles will change our entire relationship with energy. From the way we travel to how we think about sustainability, the ripple effects will touch every part of modern life. For now, the movement continues in workshops and garages across America. The hum of electric motors, the whir of magnetic rotors, and the glow of innovation fill the air. What began as a dream to eliminate the plug is quickly becoming a practical reality. Step by step, mile by mile, inventors are proving that we can move without limits. Because at the end of the day, progress doesn't belong to corporations, it belongs to creators, dreamers, and those brave enough to challenge what's possible. The future of transportation isn't about charging faster. It's about never needing to charge at all. And that future, believe it or not, is already rolling on the roads of America. As the camera fades over the open American highway, the sun glows low across the asphalt, its reflection gleaming off a silent convoy of electric cars moving effortlessly forward. No smoke, no sound of combustion, no pit stops for charging. Just motion. Pure, endless motion. This is the moment when humanity begins to break free from its dependence on fossil fuels, from the endless cycle of paying for power that nature already provides for free. It's more than a technological shift, it's the rebirth of freedom on wheels. Every revolution starts quietly, almost invisibly. When the first electric motors appeared, no one imagined they'd one day dominate the road. When solar panels first flickered under sunlight, no one thought they'd power cities. And now, as self-charging cars glide through the streets of America, the same disbelief surrounds them. But history has always favored those who see beyond doubt, those who build when others say it can't be done. From small-town inventors to retired engineers, from backyard builders to advanced tinkerers, each person contributing to this movement is writing the next chapter of transportation history. They aren't waiting for permission. They aren't waiting for corporations or governments. They are building the impossible and proving that independence can be engineered. Imagine a world where energy scarcity no longer dictates who can travel, who can afford to move, who can explore. A world where every car is its own power source. Where energy isn't sold, but shared. Where the planet breathes cleaner air because humanity finally learned how to harness motion itself. That's not just a dream. It's an evolution. The sound of this evolution isn't loud, it's silent. It's the quiet hum of an electric motor that never stops. It's the whisper of wind passing over a self-sustaining car that powers itself endlessly. That silence is the sound of progress. For over a century, humanity has been told that energy comes at a cost, that every mile must be paid for in fuel or in time spent at a charger. But these innovators are proving something extraordinary: energy is all around us. It's in motion, in air, in sunlight, in vibration. We don't need to extract it, we just need to understand how to capture it. And once that knowledge spreads, everything changes. The age of self-charging cars isn't waiting for approval from mainstream science or billion-dollar companies. It's already here, driven by the fearless, powered by curiosity, and sustained by the will to change the world. The next generation of vehicles won't just drive across states, they'll drive across history. As the lights of the city fade in the distance and the stars rise overhead, one car continues down an endless highway, powered by nothing but itself. No cords, no cables, no limits. It's not just a machine anymore, it's a symbol. A reminder that the impossible is only impossible until someone makes it real. The world is watching, and the road ahead is wide open. The self-charging revolution has begun, and it's accelerating faster than anyone expected. The question now isn't if this technology will change the world, it's how soon. Because somewhere, right now, an inventor is turning a wrench, a circuit is sparking to life, and another car is about to take its first self-powered drive. The hum of that engine may be quiet, but its echo will be heard across generations. This is not science fiction. This is not the future. This is now. And the self-charging car movement is driving us there, one unstoppable mile at a time.